Hello everyone. We still haven't got an answer down here from Las Vegas Federal Courthouse, but we are going to go ahead and start live. We expect a verdict at any moment down here. We have a good group of people up in the courthouse and in the courtroom, and they are probably hearing the verdict as we're speaking, but so far right now up on the 7th floor, maybe give them a shot way up on the top up there. The very last windows up there is where the 7th floor is in this courthouse. And we've got everyone's up there waiting patiently for a verdict. So at the moment we still don't have an answer, but we expect one any time. We do have a large presence of media out here from around Las Vegas and wherever else, and we also have a large presence of law enforcement here today, way more than usual. And maybe give a good shot of this here. That over there is the Metro PD. We have a whole line of Metro PD. They're telling us there's around 30 marshals and law enforcement type personnel up in the courtroom and waiting outside the courtroom up there. We have another probably 24 media people here today also. So we're just going to kind of hang tight and stay live for a little while, and we're just waiting on people to come out of the courtroom, and so far no one has came out, and we're waiting just the same as you are out there. So we'll just continue to stay live until we get an answer here, hopefully in the next few minutes or so.
Could you tell us exactly how it went this morning when the news came out?
So the news came out this morning. How we've got the answer here on the ground is that one of the marshals told one of the supporters out here on the ground that there was a partial verdict, that the jurors were possibly split on the verdict, and that they were going to come in and talk to the judge this morning at 10 o'clock, and that we were going to get to hear what this partial verdict was, whether they're hung on part of it, or that they're undecisive, or they've got a guilty or not guilty on the other parts. So we don't really know the full details of it. We just know that there is a verdict or a partial verdict that's going to be read, and we did hear rumors that the judge may send them back into deliberation to try to settle this partial verdict if that's the case. But it's right now we really don't know the full answers of that. We just know that at 10 o'clock there was going to be some type of verdict read, and that's what we're waiting on right now. If you have any questions while we're waiting, please ask us, and we'll try to have the camera person read those off to me, that I'll can answer as best I can. So,
could you explain how the prayers went this morning?
We did have a couple of good prayers this morning. We started out first thing as we normally do with a prayer, and then we were notified a few minutes later that there was this verdict, and so we had another prayer just moments before everyone went up in the courtroom. That second prayer was definitely heartfelt and emotional for everyone, and we got a lot of people here that are praying for a good outcome, that these men can go back to their families. We do have a lot of support down here today. I don't know how many people went up in the courtroom, but there's quite a few people locally around here, and I know there's more that's driving that have not made it here to the courtroom, that they're en route. So we're just waiting for them to get here and waiting for a verdict, and so far there's been no movement up there on the 7th floor that anyone has left the courtroom yet to start working their way back down here.
How are the wives and the families doing so far?
I know that they're very emotional. They are their lives are at stake here. Their husbands and their fathers and people's lives are at stake here, and we are hoping the best for them. So I know people are watching from all over the country for this outcome to see what's going to happen. So far up there, there's still no movement. We're just waiting and seeing. But all we see right now up there is just the U.S. Marshals up against the wall, just at the window. And other than that, so far no one has left the courtroom yet to let us know. We do have a lot of people down here on the ground. Again, maybe we'll show a good swipe of what the media looks like here and the law enforcement. So we have, as you can see, there's quite a few cameras over here. A few of the Homeland Security members that are here. We know we have changed out Homeland Security officers this week. This was a 2-week switch around, so we have all new Homeland Security that's normally not here. Then we have over here, we have Metro PD. They're lined up. A few minutes ago, there was a lot more of them here than what there is right now. But most of them are either around the corner, but we do have quite a few law enforcement presence here today, along with the media.
Your favorite Metro guy is also over there.
He's
too.
here, yes.
Yeah.
So we have the famous Jenkins is here. He was the one we couldn't get into the courtroom to testify, that the government blocked him from testifying in this case, and we worked hard trying to get his testimony, and the government kept that out, which was a tragedy here to have that happen. We needed that testimony. We needed his to find out the truth about everything there, but still no movement upstairs. So we're just
Some people are thinking it's real funny that all of a sudden we're allowed to film up here with all the cameras.
Yeah, we're right up here by the front doors, as you can see.
Well,
normally,
we're kind of blending in with the other media.
Yeah, normally we're not allowed to film here. At least certain Homeland Security usually ask us to leave from this area, but since all the media is up here today, we're allowed to film today. And as you can see, there's open spots over here, but we've got a whole line here that you have to walk around the media. We're just usually 1 or 2 people, and we're not even obstructing traffic at all up here. But today we have a lot here.
A lot of people are wanting you to do a prayer with them. If you could maybe grab these guys and you guys could hold hands and do a little prayer, that'd be great.
Okay, we'll do a prayer here just in a moment then. I keep looking upstairs just because of there's been a little bit of movement up there, just to see what's going on. Right now I can't tell what's going on. There is some movement. It looks like it's just the home. What's that?
Interview one of the guys. One of the camera guys.
I tried a minute.
Kelly Stewart wants you to interview. Okay, he keeps on looking up there because we see some movement, guys.
Right now I can see that one of the Homeland Security over to the left is taking a picture of us. We're not normally allowed to take pictures from up there, but I can see him that he's taking pictures of us on the left side, and we're reprimanded for taking pictures up there in the courtroom or anything, having a camera up there taking pictures, but they're taking pictures of us down here at the moment. And that's a Homeland Security doing that when we're told not to, but they're up there taking pictures of us.
Well, they make up the rules as they go.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
Some people are asking if Andrea is in the courtroom.
Andrea is in the courtroom. As you can expect, she was very, very emotional. But we do have some people that are supporting her right now and staying with her every moment. But she's definitely very emotional right now, and her husband's life is at stake here. And
there's some people driving through Las Vegas right now from Idaho. Tell them to get over here.
Yeah, if you're driving through Las Vegas, it's off of Las Vegas Boulevard, 333 Las Vegas Boulevard. If you're on I-15, it's exit 42. Please come down here and join us. We could be getting a verdict at any time. So
we need as many people holding signs and so on and so forth.
We could
got a lot of media
use a
here
lot
today.
more support down here. I think there's about 8 of us out here. There's one lady that stayed out here for sure, and the rest about 7 men that are out here right now that did not go in the courtroom. The rest of everyone else went up in the courtroom today. So So far, I see just the same movement around up there. There's a couple of plainclothes of people just walked up to the window, but it doesn't look like it's anybody from the courtroom just yet. No one has waved down here to let us know that they're coming out. Right now, it still looks like it's the same thing. Just the marshals and people that are lined up there.
You guys want to do the prayer? You guys want to join in prayer? Have a prayer?
Skipper. We're just going to huddle right over or something. You want to say it, Brandon?
Sure. Our most kind and gracious Father who art in heaven, we come before Thee this morning on this eventful day and petition Thee, Heavenly Father, that these men, these brave men, will be exonerated and they'll be able to return to their families. Father, we're thankful for all the blessings that Thou hast blessed us with. We pray, Father, that Thou would bear these families up, bear us up, to be resolved to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both domestic and foreign. From this point onward and into the future, Father, again we ask, Father, for Thy Spirit to be with these brave men, the sacrifice that they made on behalf of all Americans, and that Thou would bear them up, give them courage and strength at this time, Father. And this we pray in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Lots of media out here today. All these cameras.
Calm down.
Yeah, I'll show you. We're shorter staff.
Talk to Brandon.
Go ahead. Well, everybody, we're still waiting for a verdict. There's been no movement, outside of a few U.S. Marshals moving here and there. And again, we got tons of media out here. And it's a very eventful day. There's going to be some presidency set here. And, we just hope and pray that we'll be able to keep our constitutional rights, that all Americans will rise up and demand our constitutional rights, which are God-given rights. You can't separate the two. You can't separate God from the Constitution of the United States. Our founding forefathers made that abundantly clear, that God was in control of this country. And we've fallen asleep as a country, and we got to wake up. We got to get people to wake up and stand up. Not just wake up, but we got to get people to actually stand up and demand the rule of law be followed. Because if we don't, there is no tomorrow. And as I see it, we have a window of opportunity. And everybody's got to do the right thing right this moment. From this moment on, everybody's got to do the right thing. Because our whole future hangs in the balance. You got that? Our whole future hangs in the balance. And we can't leave it up to these corrupt courts. It's fraud. It's fraud perpetuated upon the American people. And we got to rise up. I'm going to turn it over back to John now.
As you can notice here this morning, I don't know if you noticed, everything is a total peace down here this morning for the wind. There is no wind at all today. We haven't had a day down here that I can think of that we've had no wind at all. And this morning, hopefully everybody can hear us well out there. Usually we have to have these little mics over the top of the camera pieces. But this morning there is no wind at all. It seems like it's easy to talk without hollering too loud. So that's one plus we have this morning, that it is a total calm with no wind absolutely at all. Still, there's nothing, no movement up there. We keep looking up, waiting at the 7th floor there to some people to come out. And I know that it's getting really close to, checking my time here, it's 10:30. We figured about a half hour, 10:33 here, Las Vegas time, and so I expect them to come out at any moment. I don't expect it to last much longer, but usually a half hour, 30-40 minutes, we can have an answer with something like this. And so far, no one has came out. They've been in there just a little over 30 minutes up there in the courtroom.
Yeah. It's my prayer right now that the judge is screaming at the jurors.
What I'd like to know is where's the rest of the media? We got Channel 8, Channel 8, Channel 8, and Channel 8. So where's
Channel
the-
3's here.
Oh, Channel 3's here.
What about 5? I haven't seen 5 here.
5 hasn't been here yet. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Cindy Lundenberg.
We do have a lot of cameras down here, but it seems like a lot of them from the
Let's go
same cameras.
ask some questions to the media.
We'll hold off for just a minute.
Look at all the Metro officers back
I
there.
expect any moment.
Yeah, I guess they figure we're gonna bust
Officer
the windows
Jenkins
out
is
and
here.
overturn some vehicles, crack out the firearms and start shooting people.
you say that
something.
one more
I
time?
don't know. Most
Who's
people,
here?
People that
Officer
understand their
Jenkins
rights, they
is.
got an
Over
army
that
out
way.
here to
I mean-
watch us.
Well, but then when they have the
Quite literally.
going nuts in Berkeley,
Sure.
they stand down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all of them. 1, 2, 3,
On the
4,
off
5, 6,
chance
7, 8,
that they'll
9, 10,
beat up
11,
on
12,
some
13, 14, 15,
conservatives.
16,
Sure,
17,
sure.
18.
Yeah.
Two
No, they
DHS
like
guys
18
over there.
guys.
Go crazy.
By that
You
girl
know,
over
this
there.
been the most peace, just like in Oregon.
One's,
We
Extremely
still have all
peaceful
just uniforms up there on the 7th floor. So far, there's
extremely
no
peaceful
one,
here this
no one
morning.
coming out of the
But
courtroom
they got,
just yet.
They've got a whole army.
And we're
watching.
directly down below them here, so. I don't know if you can see up there or not, but the top set of windows up there.
We're
there's
looking at the very
uniforms that are
top.
inside the, just inside the glass.
Very hard to see.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Sorry about that.
You got a few cameras, don't you?
So I know everybody's waiting here. We're just
Well, my line broke.
we're just waiting patiently ourselves, and we know there's going to be an answer here just any moment. We appreciate everybody waiting and waiting with us here.
You got somebody staring at us. Good to see him too out of the camera.
John, I'm assuming that that alternate juror, he went up there probably. That's kind of interesting.
Yes.
You know?
Well, anybody can sit in the courtroom.
Sure.
It's already over with, so
We're
he's
at
allowed to
1,000.
sit there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That tells me inside he's got like a vested
Look, I'm filming
interest in it.
John being filmed.
You know.
We have 1,000.
Wait a minute. Put it up there.
We've had a lot of people.
Here we go. Pull the camera this way a little bit.
I'm filming
So-
him film.
David's filming me, filming the other camera, filming John.
We had a lot of people show up today, just off the street to show up there too. I don't know how many people's in the courtroom, but there's quite a few.
Nice to meet you, Jack.
We noticed that one of the alternative jurors that sat in the case actually showed up today to listen to the verdict themselves. So after sitting in a courtroom almost 8 weeks, I guess there's a lot of people that want to know the answer to this case. So we're just still waiting here. I haven't seen no movement yet up there at all.
I haven't seen her.
And I know that we'll know as soon as there is, because the officers over here will get radioed that they're coming out,
I texted her
and
about
we'll
it
start
at 9,
seeing
and she was supposed to be hurrying up.
seeing definitely a different movement or different outlook on the ground down here.
Wanda asks, where are the American flags? We're up on the steps.
We got a few,
Down below, we've got a bunch of flags. There's,
We got like two people down there. We need more people down here.
yeah.
We got 2 people down there on the steps where we normally are at. We're way up here by the front doors here.
They won't let us bring flags up here.
And we're not supposed to bring the flags up
Yeah.
here, but we do have flags down there and a couple of people watching all of our signs and flags. We do have our jury notification signs up today. So we have all of our normal stuff out there flying, but we're just up here waiting by the front doors here for some movement from the 7th floor.
If you guys
Really
want to see
good.
something really exciting,
We
if I
got-
blow their shofar up here, you'll see they'll converge in an instant. So
I don't believe you. Prove it.
Well, you heard more cowbell, more
triple
shofar.
dog
More
dare
shofar.
you. I triple dog dare you.
I triple pump.
Yeah.
Well,
I quadruple dog
John,
dare
could you kind of explain what jury nullification is all about?
Well, jury nullification, I've been doing a lot of study on that myself. Jury nullification, I think, is important for every American to know. you have more power as a citizen of this country with jury nullification than any other thing there is in any other office, because you can nullify any bad law. Just because the politicians that are sitting in Congress and White House and behind all these desks pass these laws in the middle of the night that are wrong, we have the right to nullify those, and that is our right. And all you got to do is Google jury nullification and read up on it. That if you ever get called on a jury duty, it's your job to find out if this person's being treated right or wrong. Just because there's a bad law doesn't mean you have to just do your job, as these law officers always say. You can nullify these bad laws, and so you definitely have a right. I encourage everyone across the United States, every state, every county, to educate your cities and your town. You can do that more than anybody else.
Let's go over there.
We just doubled in prisons.
I'm going to probably stay over here right now. We're wanting to walk over there and possibly talk to the law enforcement, but I would rather not right this time. I don't want to intimidate anybody or cause any problems.
They just quadrupled. Like
a lot of them just piled up.
Let's go get a closer view at least.
You take a picture of my shirt.
Let's go get a closer view at least.
We might just turn here in just a moment. Did you get it?
There's a lot over there, guys. A lot.
Right after that, Sergeant Jenkins hassled.
So right now I see upstairs that several more law enforcement are piling up. We might be having an answer pretty soon. More Metro PD has just showed up again. The law enforcement presence is piling up a little bit heavier again the last couple of minutes, and it is upstairs also on the 7th floor.
Oh, wow, look at all them police.
So
Police county.
Way more law enforcement here than we had in Portland.
What are they going to do? Arrest all the other unindicted co-conspirators? Have enough people here?
Well, they got 23 out here now, so they just
They got us outnumbered.
Just Metro or all of them?
all of them.
All of them, yeah.
They got 21
Wow.
Metro officers and 2 DHS. I can take them. I'll take them all on.
There's a lot here. We don't need them here at all. We're all peaceful. We're here for justice, the same as they are.
Yeah.
We wanted the truth to come out. We didn't want the truth hidden in this court. This court did nothing but the last 8 weeks lie on 6 great Americans that these testimonies they brought forth was false testimonies against these people and these men, and these prosecutors weren't even there when it happened. Yeah. So the lies that were told were pretty horrendous. While we're waiting here, I did have
everything that they presented.
A lot of people want to see a closer view of all the
closer. I'm going to read this really quick while we're waiting. This here is the verdict list that they're probably working off of right now. There is 69 answers to answer on this sheet. So the jurors had to come up with 60 different answers, and I'll kind of brief you with them as quick as I can here.
Go get Carol.
We have 2 conspiracy charges against the guys. Count 1 is conspiracy against the United States, USA. Count 2 is conspiracy to impede or injure. So there's 2 conspiracy charges, 2 different types. Then we have count 5. We have assault on a federal officer. These are some of the things that the jurors are having to check off and read off of. We have assault on a federal officer. We have use and carry of a firearm. That's count 6.
It's a good day to have.
Then they have a choice to say brandished or not. Then count 8 is threatening a federal officer. It's similar to the same thing as count 5, assault on a federal officer. So some of these to me are like double jeopardy type charges.
John,
They are
John,
compounded.
Say hi to Carol real quick.
Hi Carol, how you doing?
Hey.
Glad to see you here. Are you going upstairs?
I am not. It's
Okay.
a good day to have a good day.
No wind.
And it's not guilty.
That's right.
It is
Not
calm
guilty.
as can be out
It
here.
is.
Say hello to everybody, Carol.
Hi. Hi. Go on, John's saying good things. I'm just smiling.
Carol, what do you think about all that law enforcement over there?
Think they got enough there?
I think it's an overkill, but it helped me get here a lot faster.
Oh, I bet.
So it's an overkill because they're assuming that it's not guilty and it's not going to be a good verdict. I don't believe that. It's a good day to have a good day. Faith over fear.
It's a total
Awesome.
calm, total peace Saturday. No wind.
No
First
wind.
day we've had no
How's it
wind.
going?
No wind. Peace.
Awesome.
John, you're
Thank
doing
you.
good.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll continue these
Pray.
verdicts here.
Continue to pray for good. Good over evil. Go ahead.
So what we have is we have 10 charges on a list here and some extra charges that jurors have a right to. But 2 of them are conspiracy charges, 3 of them are carrying firearms, 2 of them are extortion type charges. And so go over these extortion charges. We have count 14, which is interference with commerce extortion. Number 16 is interstate travel to aid extortion. These have been hard for me to wrap my mind around and trying to figure all these out, but we have these charges are over and over again that are the same charge, just duplicates another charge. These are what the jurors have had to try to figure out. I notice up there upstairs right now, there's still more people building up, so I expect that something's going to happen here really soon. If anybody out there that don't know the 6 names of the defendants here, I'll read them off too, so we know who they are. But we got Greg Burleson, Scott Drexler, Todd Engel, Ricky Loveland, Eric Parker, and Stephen Stewart. Those are the 6 guys here that we're waiting on a verdict here.
Could you explain who Joe Robertson is?
Joe Robertson's from my home state. He's an older gentleman that's, I think, 78 years old right now. He's sitting in prison in Englewood, Colorado for digging a pond on his own property. And it was a federal charge. The state of Montana had no charges against him. He bought the permits from the state of Montana, built this pond, and after he built it, the federal government, the EPA, came in and charged him with digging a pond and polluting the waters of the United States is what the charge was, and he didn't even pollute any waters at all. But he got 18 months in federal prison, and he's still sitting there. Another sad deal that the federal government has prosecuted and locked up somebody for these type of crimes that aren't even crimes. There was no harm done to nobody, not even to water. There wasn't any harm done.
It was an improvement.
It was an improvement for sure.
Why don't you go over the baby homes?
The Baby Holmes case is another one that I've been following very, very closely. And it's a family that's in Alabama, in Heflin, Alabama, that had their baby taken away from them at only a day old because of the state of Alabama wanted them to get vaccinations for this child, a birth certificate, and a social security number. And in a day old, they never even gave this family a remedy to try to even fix it. They just ripped this brand new baby out of the arms of its mother and have never given it back yet to this day. That's back in October the 11th when this baby was taken away from this family, and they have not had custody of this baby since. The state of Alabama has even sued this family for child support, trying to make them pay child support as long as it's in custody of the state of Alabama.
Yes.
And these are the things that, this is CPS, these are the things that we're wanting to change also. We're seeing this kind of stuff all over the country, whether it's another guy, his name is Mike, I don't remember his last name right offhand, but we're working with this case, trying to find out more information, but he's in Oregon, and he was locked up for trying to protect his crops from 200 elk that the state of Oregon had put in there.
Metro helicopter guys right there.
Sniper hanging out of the helicopter.
Sniper hanging out of the helicopter.
Is it again?
This guy Mike in Oregon, he's almost 70 years old.
They had one out each side, but it was
Still no movement at all upstairs.
Everybody wants to see a closer look of everybody behind you. Let's take a walk over
we'll
there.
just scroll it in like this.
No, they didn't have, but I said, they looked up and the guns pointed down at me.
There's all the Metro people over there. We'll get you a little closer
The
view of
leader
them.
is the guy way down, third one from the end there that was running scared at the...
Jenkins, Tom Jenkins.
Running scared.
They got a
You can tell
helicopter
how
flying
scared he
over
is.
with a sniper
And
hanging
was.
out the window right there. It's a sniper and helicopter right there.
Oh wow, it is. I can see
Yeah.
it. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome to America.
America. So it's
Las Vegas Police State.
Right now we've
Sniper
waited
hanging out of a
almost
helicopter.
an hour now for a
You can't
verdict.
make this stuff up, folks.
It's 10:48 down here in Las Vegas, and right now they still are inside the courtroom. I would suspect at any moment we should have an answer with all the media buildup and the police buildup. And
How do you like that? Sniper hanging out of the helicopter. Isn't that wonderful?
You guys should get a real close up of all those guys over there, huh? You think they got enough law enforcement here right now?
Would they hate to have the truth be known?
They got it covered. Yeah, report that.
So I guess the safest place is right over there near Metro, right?
Yeah.
The sniper ain't gonna be shooting their own.
I'll try, Kelly. I'll try. Lots going on.
right now there's still no movement up there. You can set it down a minute.
I'm starting to think that's a good thing too.
Turn it around here and get you pictures of the front door here.
Zoom in that marshal up there, they'll get over.
Try to get you a zoom in picture up here. Really can't see it through the camera here, but
It's pretty clear from here, from us, so
Yeah, we could see it.
we can see it pretty clear.
Did you see what, is it like a long gun or?
Yeah, he's like this. He's put on a rail.
Right there.
He's got his body, his belt on, and he's like this. It's like that.
The bunker builder is one on each side of it.
I'm gonna get a photo. I'm gonna get a photo. Everybody wants to see the close up of how it goes. So I'm gonna get a good video.
Oh, it's all yeah, we did get some
I don't know how I was like watching it like, whoa. I can't believe you just said that.
Forget what all this benefit.
He's probably upset with me. It's been going around on Facebook. It's a big one.
Show this real quick.
Well, however.
that's a picture of the helicopter that's flying around right now. I know it's hard to see through here, but I don't know what happened to all the comments. They just kind of disappeared. So right now we still don't have anybody coming out of the courtroom at all yet.
You'll bring this in.
I'll go for this one.
I don't want to pick you up.
We're hoping and praying here any moment, but so far there's nothing.
So, somebody write a comment real quick. We got no comments.
Let me try to fix it real quick, see what's happening. So something's happening to our comments on here. I don't know what happened to them.
Give me a camera stand, okay? That's what they got right here.
For some reason, we have no comments at all, but that's okay.
They shut down our communication.
We can't read no comments on our side.
We got movement. You know, he's been in every hearing.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. That was Ryan Payne's lawyer.
Yeah.
We just had somebody say there's a lot of comments wrong. But
Some
we're
people
not
are saying
getting
that my live feed's still working.
Yours is? We for some reason, we have no comments on my side.
Everybody's waiting. There's no comment.
But every once in a while I get a breakup every once in a while, apparently.
All right, well, I'll go over and show you guys the media real quick. You want to do that?
Is he mobile yet? Not quite yet. Despite that
How's it going, guys? How long have you guys been following this case?
It's the first day for me.
First day for you? Lots going on. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
How long have you been following the case so far?
We've been out here since the very beginning.
Since the beginning? Nice.
I think since since the case started, but we were out there in 2014 as well.
Right on. That's cool. All right, thanks.
And it's not a lie. I was there.
Maybe he posted it live.
It's a big it. Talking about all the white people pointing guns at it.
Well, that was Eduardo that said that.
No, it's him. Well, who's got your... Oh, people are saying they're commenting. Are you seeing comments?
No. No, of course they should be pouring in, but for some reason we lost our...
I know, like, if I swipe on mine, they disappear. Then I got to swipe the opposite direction. You try. Boom.
Oh, there
So I didn't hear your answer to the question. Tell me that again.
we're at 21.
Yeah, something's going on up there.
2001. More movement up here, guys.
60
Yeah,
witnesses.
someone tried to call me
60
through
witnesses,
Messenger, so I didn't
from
run
the
my
government.
feed. But,
Sean, as soon as that attorney just got through saying they'll come, they've got a couple of guilties, but mostly hung. She sent them all back, and everybody's just figuring out.
Okay, we just got kind of an answer here,
Good.
so I'll just stay on the line if you want to hear it.
Go back in there.
Flip around.
Okay, so we're hearing some rumors right now. We don't know exactly, but these are some rumors we're being told from the courtroom that pretty much the jurors are hung on most of the charges, is what we're being told. And
No
that
guilties on conspiracy.
no guilty on conspiracy that we're hearing yet, but the jurors are hung and the judge is planning on sending them back to deliberate a little bit longer. That's what we're being told. This hasn't been 100% confirmed just yet, but we're getting the rumors down that the jurors are hung on most of the charges. So that's what we're hearing right now. We don't know. They sound like there might be a couple of guilty charges, but we don't know what they are. But there's no guilty charges on the conspiracy. That's what we're being told. No guilty charges on the conspiracy at this moment. So there
That's
are
true. That's a big one.
people moving around upstairs.
That is the big one.
Jury reached partial verdict. Greg Burleson, FBI informant, guilty of 8 counts. Todd Engel, guilty of 2, hung on the rest.
Okay, so let me read this again. We
It's the
do
bottom one.
we do have a message here that just came in that it says jurors reached a partial verdict. Gregory Burleson, the former FBI informant, is guilty on 8 counts. Todd Engel guilty on 2 counts. The jurors are hung on the rest. That's what we're getting right now. So we're getting again Greg
We
Burleson,
got people coming out.
and people are coming out here. So we'll try to get you some answers here.
I may have to pass this over.
So we have a list here from the courtroom. I'll see if I can decipher this. So right now we have Greg Burleson is not guilty on the conspiracy, but guilty on all the other charges, including brandishing, all 3 brandishing. So Greg Burleson is not guilty on both conspiracy charges?
Let's clarify.
Okay, it's hung.
The guilty are the X's, everything slashed is no verdict.
No verdict.
So they've been put back with an Allen charge, so to speak.
So it's been kind of put back with an Allen charge is what Doug is telling me, but Greg Burleson has the guilty charges right now. There are 8 guilty charges on Greg Burleson. On Todd Engel, we have guilty of obstruction of justice and guilty to interstate travel of aid. The rest is all hung jury on all the other charges at this time. And the judge has gave the Allen charge just per se to the jurors and sent them back to deliberate on the rest of the charges. But right now, that's the only verdicts we have. It's 2 guilty verdicts on Todd Engel again, that is obstruction of justice, and guilty on interstate travel to aid extortion. But Greg Burleson has 8 guilty charges at this time, and they're hung on the conspiracy.
And those verdicts are of record. Greg Burleson set for sentencing on Wednesday, July 26th at 8 a.m. in 7C. Todd for the charges that they found so far on Thursday, 7/27 at 8 a.m. in 7C as well.
So the rest of the guys, it's all a hung jury at the moment or no answer, and they are going back to deliberate, it sounds like, on the rest of the charges possibly.
And they cannot change the verdicts that have been entered.
Verdicts that have been entered cannot be changed.
At this point, they are only deliberating everything that they have been unable and are stating that they are hung on. Okay, so they're being given instructions, additional instructions of the same, to go back and reconsider, talk about it some more, and see if they can come to some further agreement, or if they're just set in where they're at. So, and we will hear back from the judge if there's either a verdict or that they can no longer continue and they are still hung, or any portion thereof.
Can we have your first and last names, and can you spell it, please?
My name is John Lamb, Johnlamb. I'm from Bozeman, Montana.
And my name is Doug Knoll, DougKnowles, and I'm from Pahrump, Nevada.
And what is your tie to this case over here?
I'm just a supporter. I have a farm in Montana and a family. I've been following this case ever since Oregon. I also went to Oregon for both trials there, and I'm here to support the families that are all involved in the fight for liberty.
What do you think about this today? That deadlocked on them?
I think it's very interesting. I don't think there was a case here all along that the government fabricated a bunch of stuff. Then the jurors are proving it. They can't even figure out the answers to all these charges. There's 2 conspiracy charges, 3 gun charges, 2 extortion type charges. It's compounded. It's like double jeopardy in my book. And it's hard for them to figure it out. The only one they figured out an actual answer is the one who incriminated himself all along, which is sad. And I still support the gentleman, that's Greg Burleson, but he actually worked for the FBI, and they hid that the whole time in this whole case until the very end. It was uncovered that he was a former FBI informant, and the jurors came back with a verdict, sad to say, on his charges. But they're obviously, it's difficult for them to decide on the rest, because I don't believe there are any actual guilty on them guys.
You think the same? I mean,
I'm very surprised by Todd Engel's verdict so far, because I think he stated and proved very clearly that he was with law enforcement the entire time that he was there, and that he was scared, that he did not want to get involved. I'm very disappointed in that. I like Greg. Like John said on Greg. We feel for him and we care for him, but we found out things during the trial that we had no idea about Greg Burleson, and there is a lot of question in a lot of people's mind as to whether he was still participating in that fashion, whether it be by his own belief or trying to regain a position as an informant or something to that nature. I don't think that Greg is in a situation where he's really in proper control of his facilities to know what he's doing.
And we'll have the dates for the sentencing, July.
Surrounded by media right now.
July 26th, July 27th. All right, thank you.
Was on the 26th? Yeah, we have two sentencing dates here, July 26th and 27th.
Yeah, mine is.
One for Greg Burleson and the other one for Todd.
I'm going to start capturing all the stuff because there's a lot of stuff going on. You want to come through?
Tries, you know, they can't come to an agreement on any of the conspiracy charges. We thought that from sitting in the courtroom that they really haven't proven a conspiracy. I was really surprised by the Metro presence when we came downstairs. There was like 30 plus Metro over there. There's an extreme, you know, we've been peaceful the entire time we've been down here, so I'm not really understanding that a lot. I have hope that, you know, they couldn't come to an agreement on any of the other guys because there was lack of evidence. So I'm still hopeful that this will come out.
Your name?
Andrea Parker. I'm Eric Parker's wife.
Thank you.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I got your way. That's funny. We're all
So there we got it, guys. We did get some answers today. Even if they're not totally answered, we know that the jurors are struggling up here and they could not come to an unanimous decision on these guys. These charges were complex and bogus, to say the least. And I got to say right now I am overjoyed and happy with the verdicts we've got so far as a hung jury, because we know that that this is a total answer to prayer to know that. Over here we've got a group of the ladies praying, and we're praying again for the jurors, and we encourage all of you guys out there to keep continuing praying for these jurors, that they can just come back over the board. Instead of having a hung jury, we can have a not guilty on this whole deal, and that's what we wanted in the first place. I am sad today that Todd Engel, there's 2 charges on him, the guilty charges, but we're still continuing to pray and being hopeful that we'll get some more answers here, hopefully yet today or tomorrow, on the rest of these charges instead of just being hung.
John, if the jurors are tired of being coerced and led into these sort of things, can they still take back the guilty verdicts they've given so far?
They can't change the guilty. They're stuck. So.
Yeah, it seems like they'd be getting tired of being pressed for a guilty verdict.
Faith over fear. Faith over fear. He's like over there. We can do this. It's a good day to have a good day. That's right.
So we got a lot of support down here today, a lot of people praying, and so it's still not over with. We are hoping to see what the jurors come back with here, and hopefully we can get all these not guilty instead. I think at this time I'll probably sign off, and we'll keep you posted throughout the day if we hear anything more. But right now, that's all we have for you. And so right now we have most all the charges are hung, and only 2 for Todd Engel that were guilty charges, and 8 guilty charges on Greg Burleson. So that's all we have for now. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll keep you posted throughout the day if we have anything else.
Let that be a reminder to all the informants out there.
Yeah, I'll come on here in a little bit, and we'll get some more updates here a little bit later on throughout the day. So.